Good evening. Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm about to give a really unpopular opinion, and I'm sure it's going to be especially unpopular amongst women.
I'm Gray Mars. Break a record by being with 100 men in one day. And right after she was done, she recorded a documentary.
I'm a vegan weed. Call yourself fresh and wear the same weak ass turtleneck on every show. Goddamn. Then we got goddamn the Sudanese Sambo. Bruh, man.
And I'm Enzo.
Bringing up in my lives is they're like, oh well, he's violating the Constitution by having a meme coin and him making money off it in office and everything like that. I was like, if that was the case, like there would be lawsuits up the ass and impeachment inquiry.
I'm skeptic. Like I always say, don't let anybody trample on your constitutional rights.
I'm Mia. That's not a correct power dynamic in my mind. Typically, the people that are trying to be removed are not in control. That's why they're easily being removed.
The government, states, they start putting these RICO acts on Diddy, all of these guys, and try to put it on these ongoing criminal organizations. I ain't never seen the government put a RICO act on the KKK.
Switch happened. Come on, man. You got to acknowledge this. This is the problem that I have with elders like you, because you fail to acknowledge that this stuff has happened.
If we sit there and be old school, we gonna miss the boat. You know, a lot of this kids 19 years old buying houses with Bitcoin, buying Maserati.
Wow.
So it's being reported that House Republicans unanimously voted to block the release of the Epstein files, and I want to straighten out the record right now. That is not true. If I could vote, okay. If I could vote to release the Epstein files, guys, you would have my vote. I would vote yes. Here's what just happened. It was a procedural vote, and we have these all the time. It's called a PQ. It's voting on the previous question. And if the Democrats had won the previous question, which I know sounds insane, it's one of these crazy rules in the House that are hard to understand, that means they would control the House floor. And that means they could bring up anything. They could bring up impeachment articles against President Trump. They could bring up a whole package of insane Democrat agenda items and force votes on the House floor on these things. That's what we voted against. We never allowed Democrats to have control of the House floor because we control the House floor.
Yes.
So it's a misunderstanding, and I just wanted to straighten that out.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Mia.
I'm Kamal.
I'm Enzo.
And tonight on the new party, we have a lot to discuss. We have a jam-packed night. First, we're going to kick it off with our ongoing discussion of the Epstein file. There was a rumor going around this week that the Congress voted against releasing the Epstein files, but that's not true now, is it? Enzo, you found that clip. What's your thoughts on what MTG had to say, and why is that rumor going around?
So I think it's absolutely wild that in 2025, I'm going to sit here and agree with MTG. I'm going to say that because I think she's a complete nut at the end of the day. But yeah, I found that on TikTok, and I thought it was hilarious that the Democrats are running around. They're like, no, they're trying to protect this. They don't want this to get out there. They all voted no. With just because a media source or some influencer is saying, well, that's what they voted on without even looking into it. You could look into it in 5 minutes, and like MTG said, that is so they couldn't have access to the floor, as also that she left out the part of with the whole crypto and everything that's going on. The Democrats would want all of this to be offshore and for the United States government not have anything to do with crypto. That's what they voted against. It was a procedural vote of 12 people. It wasn't every single Republican in the House that voted against it. So it's very disingenuous for people just to be running around saying they're trying to protect Trump from the Epstein files and everything like that just because of a clip that people see online, and it took off, which is crazy to me.
Ray, as the Democrat on the line, why was that rumor going around? It's not true.
It is true. They voted on it. I mean, like, so basically they're going to say, they don't care. They're going to say, is this information coming out or is it not coming out? We want the information. It's not just Democrats that want the information. Republicans want the information. So it's just like, they vote on everything. So if you like watch Congress on the news, like they'll be like, oh, the smallest thing, let's go around, vote yay, nay, to this, and that. But at the end of the day, people want the information.
Mia, I know you stay on top of things. Is it true or is it true? Did they vote or did they not vote on it? I was told it's not true, that's just a rumor.
You're muted.
Sorry, I was under the assumption that it was a procedural vote. However, since we're on this topic, I'm on congress.gov. And what day was this? And I'll find it and we'll read the roll call together.
I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go through. You guys can pass me by and I will read this together and we'll put it to bed.
Okay. All right. Kamal, you're apolitical. Man, you must be loving the theater this week. It's like a ping pong ball. No, we won't release it. Yes, we will release it. Oh, he fired Comey's daughter. Oh, boom, boom, boom. What do you think? Are you having fun?
Yeah, watching the damn fireworks. We still popping fireworks from the goddamn 4th of July, it seemed like. Man, being apolitical at this point is lovely at this point. Some of y'all turn apolitical on this platform too, I see. Some of y'all is like, oh no. The Democrats ain't doing this. The Republicans doing this. Hey, that's why I'm apolitical. Once they start talking stuff about, policies for us Black Americans, then I'll tune back in. Until then, I'm gonna just keep watching the shit show. You feel me? And shout out to Buana. He talked about my Jamaican lineage. Bumbaclot. Yeah, I've been to Jamaica before. You feel me? It was tight out there. You feel me? That's on me, rude boy. I was like, all right. You feel me? But shout out to everybody in the chat. You feel me? But being apolitical at this point, it's lovely. Oh man.
Exactly.
Where about damn popcorn? I should have popped some popcorn. I didn't know we was going to talk.
You should go get it. Heaven, shout out to Heaven. She's
It's making
one
my
of our
head
newest
hurt.
castmates. While Mia's reading, I'm gonna play a clip, and it was pretty much just like, "Where's the files? Where's the files? Where's the files? Let's go."
Administration ever. What on earth is going on? Was Pam Bondi set up by deep state FBI career officials? Is she stupid? Is she so click thirsty that she got out over her skis trying to make news, being a Fox News star?
Pam Bondi, all of it. All those videos were saying, yeah, she's seen the videos. It's all coming out. And then now it doesn't exist. I mean, what? What?
The Jeffrey Epstein case, you do not know all the details of this thing, I promise. There are a lot of really obviously powerful people. This part you know, but the specific names we may not.
There were so many individuals that were hidden and kept secret and not been held accountable.
What you're going to see hopefully tomorrow is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
So what happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your network on Fox News.
Got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that.
This seems like unforgivable behavior. How could she give us those phase 1 binders that contains nothing while bragging about the cover sheet that she made, the most transparent administration in history, and tell us that the SDNY had the real goods? The binder was just proof of a deep state cover-up. That was the real story, she told us, only to now.
The backpedaling, the backpedaling. Did you find it now, Mia?
So there was no voter resolution concerning the Epstein files. It does not exist. I'm on congress.gov. It does not exist. I've trolled the House of Representatives. I mean, I can tell you they took a recess at 10. They took a recess at 2. They introduced some bills. They did have some votes, but it's all immigration, Inspector General, Department of Housing, consolidated assets. There is zero in here for Congress on Tuesday that concerns Jeffrey Epstein at all. There's nothing in here. And this is congress.gov.
Can you share your screen? Can we see the screen? Can we see the proof? I mean, because Gray said they voted on it, and thousands, millions of Democrats posted online that they voted on it. I want to see the receipts, man.
Can I share my screen next then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I can't see anything that says they voted.
All right, here it is right here.
God damn, that's small.
Oh,
Well,
Axios.
It's all fake news, not real.
I mean, you should
They
be able to
voted.
like, zoom.
So it should have a bill name. It should be HR space number. If you can't give me an HR space number, it doesn't exist.
Let me take it off the screen, but I'll read
Can you
what it
send me?
says.
Can you put the link in the private chat? Because I can make it. I
Yeah.
can zoom in. There's a way to zoom it in.
All right. It says the House voted 211 to 210 against allowing a House vote on Rep. Ro Khanna's California measure to force the DOJ to publish the Epstein files online within 30 days. But I'm going to put it in private chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it on their website for everything that they did.
Whoever is Massey Khanna, Massey and Khanna, Massey's actually a Republican.
You got an Axios account, Craig?
No.
Oh, this.
Oh, because you got to subscribe.
Oh no.
But I'll try to find a video if you want to just keep going. I'll try to find it.
I don't want to hear no video. I want to see the proof. We trying to bring proof here. I don't need a video
I'm
because the video.
pretty
they've
sure
been
it
lying in
was
them damn
live.
videos. They've been lying in them videos. Ain't nobody vote on nothing. I believe me. I want to see congress.gov where they voted. I don't want to hear other people and their lies. Ethan, what's your thoughts? Was there a vote? If so, can you tell me the HR bill that the vote was on? And welcome.
It was, I believe, an amendment to a bill. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the same thing, but it seems like they did take a vote. I need to find the specific bill that they were trying to amend, if my understanding is correct.
Okay, yeah, find that, Ethan. I don't want to see no podcast, no videos. I want to see the actual they voted.
All right, here it is right here. Here it is right here. I'm going to show you right now where it's video footage.
And unless it's from congress.gov, I don't want to hear.
Look, this is footage.
The gentleman
Okay.
is recognized for 1 minute. Mr. Speaker, I introduced today an amendment demanding the full release of the Epstein files. The Speaker's Rules Committee should demand a vote tomorrow of every member of Congress. Yes, we should release it, or no, we should not. This is a question of whose side are you on? Are you on the side of protecting the rich and the powerful who've put their thumb on the scales of government to suck out millions of dollars while working class Americans suffer? Or are you on the side of the people The attorney general said on her desk was the Epstein file. And now she's saying, no, 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 nothing to see. Don't release it.
All right. But that doesn't show the vote and the bill, the
Okay.
vote and the bill, the
All right.
vote
Or
and
the amendment, something that's like tangible.
Heaven said HR 581.
Thank you.
So yeah, keep going, Nora.
Okay. All right. I'm going to play another clip and then we can give reactions while we pull that up. This is Hakeem Jeffries asking for transparency.
The American people deserve to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as it relates to this whole sordid Jeffrey Epstein matter. Democrats didn't put the Jeffrey Epstein thing into the public domain. This was a conspiracy that Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, and these MAGA extremists have been fanning the flames of for the last several years. And now the chickens are coming home to roost. The American people deserve to know the truth. What, if anything, is the Trump administration and the Department of Justice hiding? What are you hiding? If you're not hiding anything, prove that to the American people. And if you are trying to hide something, as many of Donald Trump's MAGA supporters apparently believe, then the Congress should actually work hard
Workforce
to try to uncover the truth for the American people. There are only two things that are possible here. Option one, Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, and the MAGA extremists intentionally lied to the American people for years about the Jeffrey Epstein situation.
Okay, guys. So the reason why I played this clip is Jeffrey Epstein, yes, was arrested under Donald Trump in 2019. However, Ghislaine Maxwell's trial was under the Joe Biden administration. If they were hiding it, my question is, why is there not any blowback on Biden's administration? Why are we not putting any blame on them? Why is it all on Trump? Gray, what's your thoughts?
It just wasn't as big of an issue under Biden. I don't think it's, like this conspiracy. I just think because people were talking about Joe Biden's health and a whole bunch of other stuff, inflation, all of that was going on with Joe Biden. I just don't feel like it was a big topic. And Joe Biden didn't come out and say they don't exist. That's why people are angry, because he said they don't exist.
All right. Sorry. I found HR 581. And essentially there was no vote. It was introduced by a Democrat. It's called the Child Care Workforce and Facilities Act of 2025. This bill requires the Department of Health and Human Services to provide states and tribal entities with grants to increase access to licensed child care services. Doesn't really sound like sex trafficking. So HR 581 is not it.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, we have a guest tonight. Max, welcome to the new party. How are you this evening?
Doing pretty
Max,
good, thank you. Just had to hop in the car here and I'll be turning my camera on in just a sec. Because I couldn't get home in time, so I'm just kind of doing my best to get on here. So apologies for that. I did message you guys earlier, no big deal. But are you asking for my thoughts on this Epstein stuff? Because I'm more than happy to share.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. And guys, Max is a independent journalist, Gen Z, right? Is that fair to say?
That would be an accurate description. Yes, that would be a good description for sure. So
Okay, yes.
So as far as the Epstein client list, I think this is something that people want. I think that they're not going to shy away from it, even if they are huge Trump supporters. I don't think people are going to back off this at all. And I don't think the gaslighting or the lying is going to work. I'm saying this as somebody who voted for Trump in 2024 and also somebody who was a big supporter of his back in 2020 and 2016. Claiming that there is no list is not going to change anybody's minds. Everybody knows that there's something. When people are trying to make this distinguishment between a file or a list that's like tomato, whatever evidence that they have is evidence that exists. and it's evidence that should be used to prosecute any involved individuals to the fullest extent of the law. And I'm going to be one of the people that doesn't back away from that. We should keep asking him the questions, keep pressing him, and that's about it until it comes out.
Fair enough.
I
Enzo,
found
why
it.
is there? Oh, you found
Sorry.
it. What is it? It's
All
okay.
right, so it's HR 577, and it was not a vote. It's just introduced by Representative Vassey, Veasey Mark out of Texas, and it was introduced 3 days ago. And that's it. There's nothing. That's it. Demanding the immediate release of all federal documents relating to Jeffrey Epstein. And he filed it July 14th or introduced it, and there's been nothing else since. There was no vote. It was introduced. It hasn't even been agreed upon in the House yet.
So let me ask this. I've been hearing allegedly that Republicans in the Senate rejected to have the Epstein files released, or it was some procedural vote, but I'm hearing this. I'm not saying this is true. Is it true? Were there stipulations that maybe Democrats attached that I'm not aware of? Did somebody keep up with that specifically?
Man, you asking for a lot, Max. We
I don't know
breaking this
what
down tonight.
I didn't hear anything about the
didn't
Senate.
follow.
you asked.
Yeah. I'm asking because I keep up with congressional stuff pretty closely, but this is one thing that I missed today. And it was Ruben Gallego posting about how he brought up essentially some bill or procedural vote or some vote to try to reveal the Epstein files. And I'm not sure if any stipulations were attached or not, because last time there was a vote in the House, the Democrats attached a central bank digital currency sort of stipulation that Republicans didn't want to vote for with that.
Got it. Yeah, I did hear about that. Ethan,
What's up? Howdy.
why is all the pressure only on Trump? Why are we not putting none on Biden?
So there's a few things. One, I think it actually was in Biden's best interest to not pursue to do this publicly for a few reasons.
Okay.
Now, whether or not that's the answer specifically for like why are we not looking at Biden? I think the reason why we're not looking at Biden is because this controversy didn't blow up over Biden. Biden, the Democrats were not the ones who were hard pushing on the conspiracy of Epstein killing himself or not. This is something that was on the conservative side. And now the conservatives basically own the government right now. And now they're the ones who are pushing the conspiracy and are now saying, oh, well, the conspiracy, Epstein did kill himself, right? Like, yeah, it's blowing up in his face. But I think a more interesting question is why would Biden not pursue this? And the truth is, I think Epstein more than likely did kill himself, and I don't think there's a client list in the way a lot of people do think there is. And does anyone have any contentions with that, or like I'd like to?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think Epstein is still alive. I think that probably some of his associates are people that are closely affiliated with Trump, so that's one thing. If you're a president, you want to protect the people that are backing you. Those are your vested interests. And the reason I say that he's still alive is because he signed before he quote unquote died something to have his money, which is about $577 million in assets, put into a trust, which means that it would have been protected. And why else would he do that if he wasn't alive? I was just thinking, if he's alive, then he can take advantage of the 577 million. And not only that, but last year he received a refund from the IRS totaling about 130 something million. And so given those two facts, like, why not stay alive?
Wait. What? Last
Yeah.
year, 2024?
Yeah, there was a report that came out in January, and it could have been really early this year. It was either really late last year, really early this year. He got a refund from the IRS totaling like 132 million, like something insane. Yeah, I have contentions with the Epstein is dead thing. And I think the reason that during the prosecutions last year, the reason that Biden didn't bring out the list was because a lot of Democrats are on it too. And if Biden had brought out the list, he would have jeopardized not only the White House during that time, but also the Democrat Senate majority, so to speak.
I think that's a refund on some of his assets.
Yeah,
that
just
they
look it
took
up.
from him.
I
Yeah.
found it.
Yeah, it
Increased
has.
the
It's
value of
directly
remaining
tied to it.
assets and drew renewed public scrutiny.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
directly tied to
so
his estate. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Still,
Enzo. Wait, hold on, guys, because we all take turns talking.
mhm.
Enzo, what's your thoughts on him getting a refund? What do you think? Do you think he's still alive, and why would you think he's not at this point?
If Epstein is alive, so is Biggie, so is Pac, and so is Elvis,
Yeah.
and they all hanging out with Fidel Castro in fucking Cuba right now. Straight up, they ain't
No,
alive.
true. Yeah.
And if he's dead, and the pictures that we saw from his autopsy, Joe Biden's a clone. That wasn't the real Joe Biden, if that's the case, because that's a pretty good fucking fake.
It's
I mean,
lizard
I
people,
believe it.
bro.
I've
Exactly.
been saying Epstein's
You'll
still
get us
alive, so I'm
banned.
with Max.
yeah, yeah.
I
There's
don't
no
I
way.
don't believe any of that. I'm not gonna fall into it. Like I
Look,
love a conspiracy theory.
look.
Trust me. I
If you,
love a conspiracy theory. That right there is probably one of the most far-fetched things that I've heard. When it comes down to Epstein and everything like that, I
yeah,
realistically don't think he unalived himself in any capacity. He's had evidence on powerful people. One of the biggest ones that we know of that's associated, that's been investigated. And it's a little weird that he gets off the FBI's radar right after Virginia Robertson commits suicide in April of this year. He
sure.
gets off.
So,
Allegedly.
He
so the,
he's I'm sorry, what?
no, go
Sorry.
ahead.
I just think it's a little weird that that happens. He gets off. Those are, I mean, and then let the other family in the United States. I'm not going to mention their name, Mia. We know why.
Don't.
um, they've had people unalived before. He has a lot of dirt on people. There is evidence from the FBI of him being a confidential informant in 2008 and 2009 to take down Wall Street. There's a lot of people that would want his head on a silver platter just so they can't get his name out there. And I'm not buying this Donald Trump connection and helping out anybody in the administration or anybody that's in the government right now, because we have his lawyer as well as victims' lawyers stating that they've seen the quote unquote client list. And it says nobody in government at this time is in this list. Same thing with Donald Trump. I'm going to keep putting it back to Donald Trump. He's not in these files the way that everybody thinks it is. And this is from his lawyer. This is from the victims' lawyers. And this is from verbatim out of Virginia Robertson's mouth in the testimony in the Maxwell trial.
So, for those of you who don't know, like, I think somebody commented on Epstein's like history, like they knew that he had stuff going on with him. Well, if you look at the U.S. attorney, people are accusing like Barack Obama of being part of this somehow, and I wouldn't doubt it, obviously. But there was a U.S. attorney, and he was actually under George Bush, and I forget his name, but he was serving in like the Miami area, and that
What,
was like
Alex
the
Acosta?
jurisdiction that he was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that guy,
Yeah, and like I
Alexander
said, that
Acosta.
plays into them. That plays into the under the table deal that they cut him to be an informant to take down Wall Street. And it's ironic, right around the same time that Bernie Madoff and a couple other big Wall Street guys got arrested for money laundering. So that literally
Yeah,
ties in right there. Why Alex
right.
Acosta cut him that sweetheart deal?
So, are you aware that Alex Acosta though was like the labor
Max,
secretary for a while?
Max, we're
Yeah,
going
that
to the next topic. Go ahead, Nora.
Cool.
All right, we're gonna switch over, guys, because we have so much to talk about tonight in very little time. So the main topic of the night is regarding Piers Morgan and Joy Reid. That went pretty viral today. I mean, honestly, I'm sick of Epstein. We've done enough of Epstein. Let's move on. And so Joy Reid and Piers Morgan, we're gonna talk about that. So pretty much, she went on his show. He claimed she crashed out. Here we go. This is the main topic of it. Let's watch this.
That's Idi Amin behavior. There's a black fascist that you can compare him to.
Okay, let's move on to. I want to just play a clip of when you lost your job at MSNBC. Let's watch this.
My show had value, and that I'm sorry. That what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And you know, I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
Now, look, you're perfectly entitled to be proud of your show. Many people enjoyed your show for many years. You know, a lot of people at NBC were briefing that the reason was declining ratings post the election, a 47% decrease in your election, in ratings from pre-election. But you told Mark Lamont Hill on his show this.
After I said on my show that the reason Americans could relate to Ukrainians in a way that they didn't relate to Palestinians, that Ukrainians are white. And so watching white people get their schools bombed was, you know, hit different. That hit our ratings. I mean, it definitely, we could see the loss of white viewers from that moment that I said that. So they were like, we don't like the name calling. And also I'm a Black woman. So, I mean, I'm sure it makes him angrier, you know, when I say things. Maybe because I am a Global South person myself, you know, I mean, as a Black person, we have a different empathy toward other Global South people when they are suffering. And so we're going to come at that story from a different angle and in a different way and with different kinds of empathies. And I think that's not always received very well in the news business.
Now, Joy, I mean, look, let's be honest. I don't think you were fired after all those years because of your skin color or because you're a Black woman. I think you were fired because your show just got increasingly unpopular. It happens all the time in TV. That's why you got let go. Why play the race card?
First of all, I love the fact that your play the race card is your version of the race card. You literally are so fixated on trying to racialize conversations with me, Piers, that I find it actually quite charming.
You racialize more conversations in your tenure at MSNBC than any host in history.
All right, Mark. All right, Piers. And the bottom line is you take an entire conversation that I had with Mark Lamont Hill and pick the bits that you can racialize because this is your shtick. And I get that this is your shtick.
You racialize everything, Joy. Come on.
I get it. I understand this is your shtick, Piers. And listen, game recognizes game. I get this is your game.
It's not my shtick.
And the bottom line,
it was your shtick.
It is your shtick, and everyone knows that it is.
Stick.
Piers, we
people
understand
got bored
what
with
it is. And it is so interesting to me that you yourself, as a white European, find that when people of color talk about race, that you believe is racializing conversations. But when people like you fixate on, well, Barack Obama was a Black president, why don't you object to that? That is racializing a conversation about the former president of the United States. But you can't put your, and I'm sure you find that charming and funny.
I find it hilarious because you're the one. You're the one who said Donald Trump.
You and your friend Donald Trump.
You said Donald Trump is a white fascist.
Are so he is a well. I agree
and
with
yet
Mark
when Obama
Milley,
did the
who
same
was,
thing,
last time I checked, is
I'm not allowed
Black.
to mention his skin
I
color.
agree with his former chief of staff, who last I checked was not Black and said he's fascist. And Mark Milley said he's fascist to the core. Okay. So I happen to agree, and I know this is what it's important to you, with two very.
Oh man. Kamal, I never heard of that term that she said south of the border. What was she saying? Something about south? Have you heard that term?
No, I ain't never heard that term before, to be honest.
I can answer that. I think she said global south, and what that's just
mean?
referring. Yeah, global south is just going to be kind of like countries that I'll say like northern countries tend to not really notice a whole lot what's going on in global south countries. So like what's going on in like Israel Palestine, this is what's considered global south, because when we look at like what's happening in global south, everyone can point to Israel Palestine, and like, do we know about like there's like a, am I allowed to say like the word genocide? I don't know if there's any gen words. Like there's some really bad stuff. Yeah, there's like I believe there's some kind of genocide going on in what does that sound?
I think it's Max. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Max.
Transformers
Max,
was
your
coming.
sound is weird. Can you like come out and leave and come back? Sorry, I had to remove you. I'm gonna kick you and have you come back. Okay. Sorry, keep going.
No, but there's a lot of conflicts
Yeah, you
going
can say
on.
that word. Actually, surprisingly, we made a clip of that word, Ethan, and it went. I got 10,000 views this week. I was surprised.
Nice.
So
Congratulations.
they're not suppressing that word anymore. Isn't that interesting,
Love to see
Ethan?
it.
It
Love to
only
see
took
it.
20,000 dead kids, right?
Yeah, only took that. But anyway, what happens in like the global south, people tend to not really pay much attention to that as we do in the global north. So everyone knows about what's going on with the Russia-Ukraine stuff, but people don't know about things like I think it's like the Sudan civil war, for example. Most people probably have no idea about that. But it's just like the geographical location and where people tend to care about things or not.
Oh, okay.
So, Ethan, would you consider Joy Reid a black woman?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay, according to some FBA, she's not a black woman, so they're she offended when she says these things.
Jesus
Christ.
As a mixed person, I get called white all the time, and I get called
Who are you mixed
black.
with?
Black and white. My mom is black, and my dad is white.
Where's your dad from?
Holy shit.
He is. I mean, he's American, but like I think it's like either Irish or Scottish descent.
So you're FBA. You know
I
what that
guess.
is?
What does FBI stand for? FBA.
Come on, we have the
Oh
resident
boy,
FBA
here we
on the line.
go.
Come
Oh
on,
Let
let's
me
get
do
the
the initiation.
education.
getting stressed out
Get
already.
no, we gotta get the education today, man. Ethan, you black. You gotta know these terms because I consider you black.
I
You
said
black.
I'm. Oh,
Let's
you
go.
can see what I mean? Yeah, I always say I'm not black. I'm mixed. I'm biracial or whatever.
That's fine.
But
I consider you
yeah,
black though. Let's go.
I got you. What is it?
So FBA is Foundational Black Americans. Is basically the black people of like my lineage that when this country was born in this sense, we was the ones that built it. You know what I mean? They say that we came here from 1619, but it was also black native tribes that was here that like kind of intermingled with us, also with the fucking slave owners, which we had an ethnogenesis and we became foundational Black Americans. I know you say your dad is black or your mom is black.
My mom is black.
Okay.
Oh, mom, I'm sorry.
Okay. And do you know, like, I guess her lineage, is she like from Caribbean? She from Africa, or it's like
Sub-Saharan Africa with also Native American somewhere in there. I don't know where, but Sub-Saharan Africa and Native American.
Okay. Yeah. So you just have to
So is she a
figure out more
descendant of slaves?
Yeah, you got to find out if your mom was like a descendant
Okay.
of American slavery and shit like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what
She is.
FBA means. Basically, it's the foundational descendants of slaves in this country.
Okay.
And so Kamal doesn't think this what I'm about to say, but there are some FBAs. Let me clarify. I'm not putting Kamal in this box.
Oh,
There are some
word.
that will say that Joy Reid is not black because I think she's Caribbean. Where's her people from? She said she was an immigrant today. Her family was immigrant, but that she's not black.
Caribbean islands.
So, anyways, I just wanted to ask you that, Ethan, get your opinion.
Yeah.
Gray, why did Joy Reid get fired?
The reason Piers Morgan said the show got boring. People on the internet are more entertaining. Fox News is definitely way more entertaining. So, hey, why would you watch Joy Reid when you can go over there with Jesse Waters and them and have a good time?
So, were you a fan of her show, Gray? I mean, Ethan, did you watch her show? I got to ask the two Democrats on the line. Did y'all watch her show?
I didn't watch her personally. MSNBC is extremely. I mean, I'm a liberal, but I also recognize bias when I see it, and I don't want to live my own biases, right? And she wasn't for me. No. Well, none of MSNBC was for me. To be fair.
Okay. All right, I rock with you, Ethan. There was something about you I liked. Kamal, why'd she get fired?
Because she kept Democratic chilling. That shit ain't working. That shit a failure. Yeah, her ratings went down. Yeah, failure. You coming over here talking about everything except she don't even talk about her own lineage. Helping out her Black Caribbean people in America. All she talk about is LGBTQ plus IATZ and goddamn immigrants. That's all she talk about all day. Hey, what policies y'all got as Democrats? Well, Trump is bad as hell. He orange, got a toupee, and the LGBTQI plus, they real good people. It's like, okay, but what policies you gonna do to help out Americans, or what policies you got that's gonna help out Black folks in America? well, the immigrants, they going through some shit right now. It's like, Joy Reid, the stick is up. You feel me? And let me be clear too. I don't fuck with Piers Morgan either. I know what his British ass is doing. The hell, he a grifter. I can't stand these motherfuckers that always try to get in American politics and get paid from it. And they be from goddamn other countries. I'll be noticing that. I'm like, oh, so you gonna play the little referee while you get all the dough and we talk about American politics? No, let's talk about what's going on in your country, bro. He starts speaking more of that, I won't think Piers Morgan a grifter. But on Joy Reid case, ratings is low when you spitting failure. That's what's gonna happen.
Facts. Mia, why'd she get fired?
She got fired because she lived in an echo chamber, and people get sick and tired of hearing the same thing over and over and over again. Donald Trump bad. He has a bad toupee. He's orange. He's rich. ICE sucks. I mean, you can only say the same thing over and over and over again before nobody wants to hear it. And the problem is she wasn't really talking about actual problems that resonated with Americans. Why an average 27-year-old can't afford food. Why 85% of Americans can't afford a $500 incident to happen without them going in debt. We have hit the highest level of debt ever. Like, she didn't talk about anything else besides Donald Trump is bad. And that's why, and to be honest, it's nobody wants to hear it anymore. Literally nobody wants to hear it. And also it's the rise of conservatism as well in this country, and people just don't really want to hear it. And that's what.
Enzo, were you a fan of Joy Reid?
No, never really was. Like Mia said, it's just an echo chamber. They only have 3 talking points: Trump bad, Trump orange, Trump fascist. That's all it is at the end of the day. I mean, Piers Morgan's the same thing, but Piers Morgan actually brings some excitement to it. I love like when he brings people on, and it's literally just crash out central. That's what Piers Morgan is. Like, I watched the one where he brought fucking Harry up there multiple times. Harry just crashes out the entire time with Tyrus, and it's comedy. Like, at least they're bringing some entertainment value. When you're watching Joy Reid, it's just like, oh, cool, she's gonna talk about Donald Trump being orange again. Okay, cool. Can we like move on? Like, there's nothing really there. Like, what if you can only say the same things over and over and over again until the base is just gonna be like, okay, well, I'd rather go watch CNN. I'm gonna fall asleep listening to her. That's what I've seen.
Max, were you a fan of Joy Reid when she was on?
No, I wasn't. Of course, she was obviously to the left, but to the most extreme that you could take it. And so, and I know people don't like the term DEI, but she was very inarticulate. You know, she didn't have anything intelligent really to say. Just talking points, like you guys have said, the same ones over and over and over again. I mean, what did she expect? I had seen some weird videos of her like bursting into tears on X over different policies that Republicans have passed and just that kind of stuff. She is a hot mess. She can't even come up with a rational thought. She's just always in her feels, always in her emotions, always peddling, you know, the same top-down talking points. It just got annoying to people. And, you know, it's just, if you don't keep up, you're going to be put out of business. It's really as simple as that.
Fair enough. Funny you guys mentioned about the alphabet community and the things that she says. I have a clip. I think she said something homophobic. Well, Pierce confronts her. Let me play this.
Oh, yeah.
It's Brokeback Mountain.
No.
Okay. I mean,
and what is the point of that?
Well, because you said I don't want to watch the 2 male characters in Brokeback Mountain having sex.
Okay, so what does me watching Brokeback Mountain have to do with that book, whether or not it is pornographic?
No, it doesn't do with the book.
That book, that is a book that people can have the opportunity to read if they so choose.
No, I'm
and
not
I
talking
do
about
not
the book.
understand how an organization
I'm not talking about the
can
book.
make a decision. It is not about the movie. It is about whether or not Moms for Liberty
I'm not talking about the
is
book.
the organization who should make
Joy,
decisions for other
I'm not
people's
talking
children.
about the book, as
Whether
you
I've
know.
watched the movie or not makes absolutely no difference.
I'm
Have you
talking
seen the
about
movie?
you posting on your blog that you wouldn't watch Brokeback Mountain because you don't want to see two male characters having sex. Does that make me homophobic? Probably. Most straight people cringe at the sight of two men kissing. Your words, not mine, Joy.
And your point is?
That maybe that makes you a bit of a hypocrite when you're taking the position of being an ally for the LGBTQ community. And actually, the best way to handle it, I would argue, is just to say, you know what? Actually, I did write that at the time. They're not my views now. I've learned, I've evolved, I've moved on. Trying to pretend even now that you didn't write it is preposterous. And I think you know
The
that.
bottom line is what I've said, and I will say it again, is that I take full responsibility for everything that was on that site. I'm deeply apologetic for the things that were on that site that hurt people, and I take responsibility for it because it was my site. And that's the end of that. And my views, as you know, and as I've said on television, on air, are quite different from the views that you just read. And that's the end of that.
Wow. She said something offensive against the alphabet people. Like, this is crazy. This is the thing, though. These people die on these hills because they're grifters, and they know when it comes to it affecting them, then they change their position. Come on, what do you think about that?
This probably be one of the things that I agree with Joy Reid with. I ain't trying to watch two men fuck either. Why is it? How does that make you homophobic?
I don't know.
I don't want to see balls slapping. Are you kidding me? No, I didn't watch that movie. Didn't want to watch it when I heard. Okay, this is for a certain audience. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I can't argue with that. Is she grifting? I mean, at this point, which politician ain't? One day they're a Republican, the next day they're a Democrat writing a book about how the Republicans ain't shit. Then you had Democrats like Gavin Newsom leaning more right wing than ever. They all grifting. God damn. But yeah, I'm like Joy Reid. Like, hey, who wants to see that, man? Like, you feel me?
So,
like,
let me say this. I have no problem with the LGBT community. The issue I have is that I feel like, personally, for me, the Democrats exploit them like they do a lot of people of color in different communities. Gray, what do you think about that? I mean, what's your thoughts?
I feel like that basically if you're a part of a party, they feel like you have to agree with every single thing that party's about. I feel like Joy Reid has a right to her opinion. I mean, like, you want to watch what you want to watch on TV, but I feel like just because she's a Democrat, she doesn't necessarily have to watch that on TV.
Wait a minute. Can I ask y'all who has watched the movie? Because somebody in the John asked in the chat who watched it. So Nora, you watched it. Max, you watched it too.
I've seen it. I've never. They don't have any sex scenes in the movie. It's like a love story between two men. Like, and they have to they're like undercut. Like, they're living in secret, and like that's the fact that people had to live in secret before they came out openly as homosexual. That's pretty much the premise of the movie.
Did they French kiss?
Yes, they kiss, but they don't show any scenes, like graphic scenes.
Okay. Nobody else watched it though?
No.
No, I wouldn't. You know, I'll be like Joy Reid. It's not about being homophobic. It's about being honest.
It won a fucking Oscar?
On my cup of tea.
It got nominated, I'm pretty sure.
Wow. I would have never guessed.
I promise you guys, somebody looked at Mia, tell me your thoughts on what Joy Reid was talking about. I'm gonna look it up because I'm pretty sure it won an Oscar.
I mean, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Joy Reid. I'm sorry. Like, this feels like an alternate universe. Like, I've never seen that movie. It's not my cup of tea. I don't like the way Piers.
It won an Oscar. It won Movie of the Year. Sorry, keep going.
I don't like the way Piers was trying to frame her as any sort of phobic of anything. I feel like people overutilize the word phobic, transphobic, homophobic, this phobic, food phobic, whatever. People just like overuse the word phobic and they use it in the wrong context. So I can be an ally to a gay man without having to watch him have sex. I'm sorry, I draw the line. I could absolutely think that you have a right to live, you have a right to life, liberty, and freedom without having to read about it, see about it, hear about it, anything. I think it's demeaning, it's obscene, and to be honest, nobody should be talking about any sort of exploitation of themselves in any way, shape, or form at all whatsoever. And I don't understand why people think that's a big deal. It doesn't make us transphobic. It doesn't make us homophobic. It just means I don't know. I don't want to hear about or see about or understand what you do in the privacy of your own home. People have no couth or decorum nowadays, and they don't quite use words in the correct context.
Fair enough. Ethan, do you think she's like a hypocrite for backtracking now, or do you think she's just like, she was uncomfortable at the time? What do you think?
No, I think that I don't think she's grifting, right? I mean, maybe there's something that I think some people may overplay or like exaggerate things, but I think at the end of the day, I think she does believe in the things that she says most likely. But ultimately, though, for the comments that she made, she probably at the time, like when gay marriage became legal, right? Because I looked up when these posts were made. These were posts on a blog from like I think like 2008 and 2009, right? And America swapped like overnight when gay marriage was legalized, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, you're gay," like, ew, you're gross. And now, I mean, there's still a lot of people who are like, "Ew, you're gross," but now it's much more acceptable. And so she probably was just one of those people, like the majority of people that thought being gay was like gross at the time. And then she probably just changed her mind. So no, I don't think it's wrong or like immoral to change your stance. I think she just changed her stance ultimately. And also she
Fair enough.
apologized too.
What did she say? Do you have the tweets up, Ethan? I want to know what she said.
Yeah, so there weren't tweets, but they were something on an old blog that she wrote.
Okay.
Let me find it. Most straight people cringe at the sight of two men kissing. I didn't watch the two male characters in Brokeback Mountain having sex. Does that make me homophobic? Probably. But she's since disavowed these statements.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so. Enzo, does that make her homophobic to you?
I mean, I don't realistically think that's making her homophobic. I'm looking at it and seeing what Piers was doing as a taste of the Democrats' own medicine. Because the second that you don't agree with kids transitioning, you're transphobic, and then you don't agree with the LGBT community. It's like the second you just disagree with one little thing, you're labeled as a racist, a homophobe, a transphobe, whatever phobia it is nowadays. And I'm just, like I said, that's the way that I'm looking at it. He's just giving them a taste of their own medicine at the end of the day. And I thought it was practically perfectly fine because obviously he's using it out of context. He's using it the wrong way. The same way that the Democrats have been doing for the last not even longer than that, since 2016. You're a racist, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, you're a transphobe. Since then, that's what they've been doing. And it literally has no meaning anymore. So,
Max, your thoughts?
I had muted him. His mic was making noise.
muted
Go ahead, Max.
All right, is my mic sounding too bad now?
Yeah, you're good.
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that homophobic is one of those words that gets overused. From my experience, the way that I looked at Joy Reid, I thought that her perfect world would look like one where somebody is indicted for conspiracy to commit heterosexuality, because it's almost like people are. It's almost like people hate this, like they're bigoted towards heterosexuals these days. They're bigoted towards religious folk. They're bigoted more towards conservative folk. And I think that's why her show, started losing popularity, is because there are those people out there that are still preserving those values, and there still are people out there who are not interested in adopting bigoted ideas or ideals, whether against somebody who is gay or somebody who is religious. I just think that people got tired of it. And she didn't have a message of love and of unity and, let's get with the right, let's get with Republicans. She had one of hate and division and polarization. So what you find out is that long term, that really just doesn't work, especially when you take it to the extreme. And she dialed it up as hard as she could.
Wow. That's a nice summary of her, Max. All right, guys, I'm going to play one more clip. This is our big topic of the year, immigration. Let's hear what she has to say on it. Okay.
Obama deported in 8 years?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Well, why don't you guess?
I don't know and don't care.
Well,
you
hang
tell
on,
me.
hang on. You don't know and you don't care. You've just given me
because it's not the
you've
issue.
just given. Hang on,
You're
hang
trying
on,
to
hang
make
on.
the issue the
Hang
southern
on,
border.
Joy. You've
The
just given
point
me
is,
Joy.
Donald, no,
Joy.
no. The point is,
Joy.
Barack
You've just given me
Obama
Joy.
was not dragging
Joy.
women
Joy.
and
Let me finish. You've just
nursing
Joy.
babies apart
Joy.
and
Joy.
taking.
Joy. You've just given me.
Know.
You've just,
I'm sure going to tell me it's your main issue.
You've just given me
but
a
it's not my main
Joy.
issue.
You've
My
just,
main
Joy.
issue is that what
Joy.
we're seeing.
I'm trying to finish my sentence. You've
Please.
just given me a lengthy monologue attacking Donald Trump's aggressive deportation policy. And I've simply said to you, there was a Democrat, a black Democrat president of the United States for 8 years. I'm simply asking, given that you're obviously all over every detail of the Trump deportation policy, and given you were on the airwaves in America on a daily basis through Obama's tenure, how many people did he deport in 8 years?
I do not know. You'll tell me. I'm sure.
Have a
I'm certain.
guess.
But it's probably more than 1 million people. I'm quite certain.
Have a
because
guess.
I think each 2 million.
Right, it was 3 million.
Okay. And your point being what?
My point
What's
being,
the point?
are you as shocked by that as you are claiming to be by Trump?
It is not deportations
Many of them were
themselves that are
brown.
shocking. Wait a minute. Can I answer
in
your
fact,
question?
the majority
Hold on.
were brown.
Man, that's a fact that not many people know. Did y'all know the number one deporter out of all the presidents was Obama? Ethan, did you know that? Why
did.
don't people have the smoke for Obama then?
Yeah, Obama was called the deporter in chief. So we got, I think, two things at play here. First is I think that people today are now more, I guess, I don't want to use the term like, I'll just like use the simple term like woke, aware of like the injustices, I guess you could call, to minority figures, including like immigrants. And some people will say that they shouldn't be deported, even though they're here illegally. But I think there's arguments for and against, like amnesty, for example. So I think today people are more aware of like the deportations and stuff going on, obviously. But two, we have to look at who was getting deported, right? And to my knowledge, I might be wrong on this one, but I don't think Obama was like mass raiding farms and like mass raiding people's places and like, revoking people's visas, right? I don't think that was happening under Obama. To what extent the deportations were happening to whatever types of people, I would argue more than likely it's going to be more justified, like more valid from a left person's standpoint under Obama than what's going on with Trump, where we have, alligator Alcatraz, kids getting thrown in there, right? That's my take on it.
So my question then is, how was he rounding up the people then? If he wasn't doing the things that Trump was doing, how was he rounding them up? He had to have been doing. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I just think that the media wasn't highlighting it. Gray, do you have a response to that? What's your thoughts?
On why Obama's didn't get talked about the way Trump is? Presentation.
Yeah.
Trump is literally making it a reality TV show. He had Chrissy Nome with a cowboy hat on. He had Dr. Phil up there, and they were recording it, and they record stuff, and they put things on the lawn. It's presentation. So, like, Obama wasn't presenting this and saying, oh, we're going after all these people. Obama was just following law and, just going business as usual.
Wow. Mia, what's your thoughts? Why is all the smoke on Trump?
I think a lot of it just comes down to the fact that Trump is a polarizing figure. So whatever he does, people are just going to gobble up. Regardless, he is an extremely polarizing figure. He can be very loud. He can be very obnoxious. We know he has those little Twitter fingers in the 2 a.m. I mean, he just is like so entertaining. People cannot help but tune in. I mean, at the end of the day, Obama was the great deporter in chief. 3 million people over 8 years is over 1,000 people a day, if not more. So, I mean, that's a lot of people. And then if you go on the ACLU, they actually have really good articles back from like 2016. So the Obama administration used a Clinton era rule that almost 70% of those people didn't even see a judge, because Clinton back in like 1994 to kind of curb the immigration, or 1997, they came up with a rule to fast track people out. So a lot of people don't really do the research. So if you really think about it, Obama did some pretty greasy people. He ejected 3 million people. The majority of them were black and brown, and the majority of them never saw a judge. But nobody ever talks about it because, in general, people like Obama. He's clean cut, he's articulate, and he's black. And he fit the bill for what we needed at the time. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why people don't really talk about him the way they do Trump.
Enzo, what's your thoughts? Why does Obama not get any smoke?
I mean, I could look at it a couple different ways. We could talk about like the infancy of social media presence back then. You didn't really have many figures on social media and recording it and posting this all over. Nowadays, you have everybody with an iPhone who's out there recording every single little bit. And like what Grace said, yeah, Trump's out there posting everything, showing everything, showing a different side of what an administration is. Like, yes, I do attribute politics the last 8 years really to Trump polarizing everything, putting everything out there, because in my eyes, I'm seeing transparency, that they're showing that they're actually doing something about the immigration that's going on in this country that ran rampant for the last 4 years under Sleepy Joe Biden. I see no problem with what Donald Trump is doing compared to what Obama was doing, because with those 3 million people that he deported, like Mia said, 75% of them were done without quote unquote due process. But we're over here bitching about due process for one singular man. That's the only person that people can bring up that wasn't given due process was Mr. Kilmer Abrego Garcia. These people shouldn't be in this country at the end of the day. They came here illegally. So bypassing due process and using expedited removal, which every president has done since 96, but only call Orange Man bad because he did it less than every other president before him, is just crazy. It is stupid. And I'm just so sick and tired of hearing it, to be honest with you.
Can I say something before you guys move on? I found this on the ACLU. So the case is RILR versus Johnson. It's back from 2014. The American Civil Liberties Union today filed a nationwide class action lawsuit challenging the Obama administration's policy of locking up asylum-seeking mothers and children to intimidate others from coming to this United States. So literally the ACLU filed class action lawsuits against Obama's administration, but people don't talk about it.
Is those cages started under Obama. Trump just got the smoke.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, and like, absolutely. And what's so crazy is people keep like upholding how Obama did it. And I see it all online. Well, Obama did it legally. No, he didn't. He threw out more black and brown people. He was literally throwing mothers and babies, nursing mothers and babies, to quote Joy Reid, into cages. He built those cages. Multiple class action lawsuits have been filed for the ACLU. It's crazy to me because I guess it's because we're older. We're in our mid-30s. So we remember 20 years ago. But so many young people are super disingenuous when it comes to Obama and what the Democrats did for all those years.
Well, I mean, it's not just young people, it's people in their 50s. Kamal, what's your thoughts about the cages and all that with Obama? Why does he not get any smoke?
Man, let's be real, man. Obama was a smooth, sneaky motherfucker, wasn't he? God damn.
Yeah.
He was smooth, sneaky, talk well, he'll just make you be like, damn, this motherfucker could turn water into wine. Then you found out, no, it's still water. This motherfucker on the bullshit. And I said on my other show, you feel me, that man, Obama was like the Michael Jordan of deporting motherfuckers.
I'm Donald Trump, and I
Yeah.
approve this message.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
I'm saying, like, he was like
Hold on, you played
LeBron
that?
James. The LeBron James of deporting motherfuckers. You feel me? Like 3 milli. You feel me? But I will say this. Donald Trump does put it out there more. And what Enzo said, look, at social media wasn't popping like that in 08. Hell, YouTube started in 05. Think about it. Right? Social media really didn't start getting popping until Obama kind of got all out of office, to be honest. So we ain't gonna know much about, you know what I mean, bro, especially if he's sneaky and smooth. You know what I mean?
I do agree. He is sneaky, and he was sneaky and smooth, man. You know, when I saw Obama's true colors, y'all, remember that situation with the water in Flint, Michigan? I'll never forget when he sat in those black people's face and they was like, what are you going to do to help us? Well, the water looks fine to me. That was when I realized he was full of shit. That was the moment I realized it, and I regretted voting for him. I mean, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. That was the moment I was like, this guy's full of shit. He does not care about anyone. Max, you're the youngest on the call.
I actually have one more thing I wanted to say, though. Why, like, Donald Trump is more, you know, like, we're looking at him being the person deporting people. Because he's funny with it. He talk about deporting Elon Musk, Rosie O'Donnell. He out here like, oh, you agree with me? I'm gonna deport your ass too. I'm like, come on now. So it's in our face, and he kind of comical with it. We gravitate towards comedy at times. You feel me? So
right. Yeah, I mean, a few things here. I know that the DOJ came out with some denaturalization memos because they are going through denaturalizing some criminals that came, you know, legally and then were naturalized. That's a totally good thing. But when it comes to like people who are naturally born in the United States, like Rosie O'Donnell, everybody and their mom knows that you can't actually denaturalize those people. That's what makes it a good joke, because you have to be stupid to believe that it's true. And then secondly, everybody who allowed the invasion that came into this country under Biden should be dressed like me and behind bars. They should be in a cage of their own, so to speak. And you know, if you're of the party where there's a woman politician who cooks her collard greens in her bathtub, you got a big problem. So there's that too. And I want to thank Bernie Sanders, because he's like the only rational person that seems to be caucusing with the Democrats who understands that we need a secure border. Now I'm seeing enforcement operations happening in Sacramento. They actually caught a guy who had an aggravated felony. He was possessing fentanyl with the intent to distribute, and they caught 8 other criminals as well. And so to say that we shouldn't be doing these targeted enforcement operations, like everything that you're seeing on these farms or on these properties, these aren't raids. Like ICE isn't just like going around and raiding every little thing that they see. What's happening is they have a list of specific locations to tend to, specific people to find, specific workplaces, and that's where they're going into. They're doing this in a strategic fashion, and I just don't like hearing how the media is using inflammatory language to demonize it.
Fair enough. Well, guys, we're gonna wrap up and close out by playing some. Oh,
I got a
who
question
said
for
no?
y'all.
Sure.
That was me. Did y'all hear? I don't know if the story broke today or yesterday, but they're gonna start using Medicaid, like the data from Medicaid, to see who is like a legal immigrant and start getting their addresses and shit. Did y'all hear about
No,
that?
I didn't hear that.
I heard
Ethan,
about
did you hear
that.
about
Okay,
that?
Gray heard it.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
Have
it's
you heard
breaking news.
Okay. Yeah. Did y'all want to talk about that, or y'all want to like save it for
Yeah,
another
we
time?
can have that be the last thing. But I was gonna have Ethan talk about the Unfuck America tour as well as the last thing. So go ahead and tell us about it, Kamal.
So I saw it today. I don't know if it was yesterday that it broke yesterday, but what I saw today is that they're going to start using Medicaid records to find out who are illegal immigrants, and then they go to their homes and shit because they have their address and information and stuff. So this kind of debunks the whole thing that they said that illegal immigrants wasn't getting resources. It debunks that shit.
It's a good point. That's a good.
Yeah.
We might got to make a story about that next week. That's a good point. I gotta use the fingers. That's a good point. Uh,
So
Ethan, you wanna respond to that? I mean, that's a good point.
About illegal immigrants using Medicaid.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, when we look at the usage of Medicaid by illegal immigrants, what we want to do is we want to weigh, are they a net drain on the system or are they a net boon? And the answer is unquestionably they are a net boon in every single way that we could manifest, right? Economically, they're a work boon because the increased labor, it's cheap and it allows Americans to make cheaper products, and cheaper products are good. We like that. And when it comes to the input on our taxes, they have to use forged, or not forged, but stolen social security numbers because they obviously don't have a social security number of their own. Do some of them take something like Medicaid in an event of like them getting hurt? Yes. But this is super rare versus the majority of them are contributing to the taxes through their fake social security number. So do some of them take it? Yes. Is that a bad thing? Yeah, it's probably a bad thing, but unquestionably, the overall result is a good thing.
Ethan, I'll tell you this though, you right about them getting low wages. Shit, they'll work for $2.25 on the fucking hour.
Yeah, I know. It's those are strong people. They're very strong people.
Mm.
I couldn't do that. I would die. My response. But with that, I'll go ahead and give my shout out for Unfuck America. I guess while I've still got the mic. But yeah.
Yeah, tell us about your experience in Tampa. Like, let's hear it. We talked about it Tuesday night.
Excellent. Yeah. So, Unfuck America, the experience was fantastic. The people who I met are wonderful, funny, very talented people. And we got breakfast together. We had a nice hotel. It was very well put together. I think Z did a fantastic job. But what's really funny though is Charlie Kirk. I think we all like free speech here. That's what I like about this show is that we have people from different views and we can all give our opinions and we're not at each other's throats, right? But Turning Point USA though, they don't like people who disagree with them because I don't know if you guys
Nope,
saw.
they don't. We
They
went.
don't.
Me and Gray went. You should go back and watch our show. This is a plug. We experienced some interesting things. Brexit didn't want to talk to us, and the nicest person there, believe it or not, was Myron Gaines.
Really? Yeah, Myron
I
is an
did not feel
interesting guy.
welcome. I mean, I felt welcome when I met up with some of the conservative creators that I made friends with. They're really huge and they were VIPs. But
Right.
outside of that, I did not feel welcome there. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you that you can. And then he had people going up and asking him questions about pancakes. I'm thinking, why is a single woman asking a married man about pancakes? That was so inappropriate. Don't you agree, Ethan? Is that weird?
Yeah, that's
You're
really weird.
weird.
I don't know why you would ask Myron Gain about pancakes
No,
specifically.
not
I
Myron Gaines. Charlie Kirk had a
oh,
rule when we got there, and he said, "I don't want to have I don't want to have a political. I'm not allowing anyone to ask me political questions." Gray will attest to it. He said the only questions you can ask are personal things. And a girl went up there and she goes, "Do you like pancakes or waffles in the morning?" And I thought to myself, why is a married man being asked this? And then he also said he will only talk to a big booty Latina that's a 9 or a 10. Kamal, you heard it right on the mic. Kamal heard facts because Kamal was helping us with the stream that day. It was very odd. Soon as you walked in, you saw the Israel flags, which I mean, it's fine. That's fine. But pretty much the only people that they rolled out the carpet for was, and we're gonna leave it at that. Yeah, it was
yeah.
not very welcoming. I heard that Saturday was more popping. We should have probably went on Saturday, but
Oh,
for
Saturday
me
was big.
as a conservative person of color, I did not feel welcome. And
Mhm.
I don't know if that's what it is, but I didn't feel welcome. I'll be honest with you. And when I
Did
heard things like that, I was offended because, this is the thing, and I got to give Joy Reid this. They say that people are focused on race, but they make things about race. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't like that. Why did he say that? Why did he have to say that? I didn't understand why he had to say that. I was offended. Even though I'm not a Latina, I was still offended because it's like, why are you saying this? It was weird. But anyways, you can continue on.
yeah, did you guys see that they had canceled Unfuck America's tickets?
Yes, they kicked you guys out, right? I
Oh
saw
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, they did not want us in there, and it's because, as I'm gonna say this as a pretty liberal,
I have the
biased
clip.
person.
I'll play it when you go ahead when you're done.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Turning Point USA is run by cowards. They understand that their ideas cannot be defended against people who can competently speak. This is why I dog walked Charlie Kirk when he went to the University of South Carolina. This is why Charlie Kirk got dog walked at Cambridge. I'm sure we all saw that, and that was, I think, an event I don't think he'll ever do again. This is why they don't want real opposition. They want the aesthetic of real opposition by going to like college campuses and like debating, freshmen or whatever. But at the end of the day, no, they know they're full of shit. They're grifting 100%.
And so that's probably why he ain't been taking questions, because
Yeah.
recently
Yeah.
he's been getting dragged. That's
Yeah.
why I knew it was. I said it's because he knows Destiny is here, and he knows. I'm gonna play the clip now, though. Here you go.
Are the UNF guys here?
Oh, I think I've seen them around.
I know you from online, of course. I actually really respect your intellect. I think you make some pretty valid points sometimes.
Foreign policy-wise, I don't know if America's ever looked worse on the world stage, whether it comes to military stuff or economic stuff like trade deals.
I think you make some pretty valid points sometimes.
I think even for the things that conservatives might care about, I think that he is hurting those causes.
I actually really respect your intellect.
I would say that the way he's approached like the theatrics related to ICE is really bad.
I think you make some pretty valid points sometimes.
Even if you did care ostensibly about some conservative platform, Trump has just done bad things for every part of what you could possibly care about.
Are the UNF guys here?
Oh, I think I've seen them around.
I know you from online, of course.
So where do you guys have a video of them kicking you out?
Yeah, I recorded a little bit of it. Essentially, the kick out, it wasn't like this whole thing, like this massive crowd of people were coming at us. There actually were 2 security guards who came up and approached us. It actually might be the people that we can hear on audio. And then some other guy out of nowhere came up, and then I don't know what this guy did. I've got it recorded on my phone, like literally right now. But the security guards were intimidating the fuck out of this guy. And then some other guys came over, and then we had to go. But yeah, no, they didn't like us. They didn't want us there. But Destiny was already debating Myron and some other guy. I don't know the other guy's name. But right after that was over, no, they wanted us to get the fuck out, dog. They did not want us there.
Well, they definitely did not want me and Gray there. That's the feeling I got. And shout out to Myron Gaines. He was very nice to us, surprisingly. Yeah. So who won the debate, Myron or Destiny?
Destiny, but I'm biased, so of course I'm going to say that.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna play a clip from you. You got any clips you like? Because I want to show your stuff too, and let everybody know where they can find you.
A clip from me. I don't know how I'd be able to, I guess, like post that or anything. What I can do, give me a second. I can send like a video on my TikTok.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. Send me in the private chat your favorite one, and I'll play it.
I've got you. Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh. So this one, oh man, this is one I want to preface. I've got one. So while we were leaving, right, we were getting ready to go to the Unfuck America. What's it called? We were going to the venue, right? I'll go and post it here in the private chat. So we got confronted by some MAGA Christians, right? And this one, he's a kid, okay? He's got to be maybe like 15 or something, right? But he confronted us, right? Along with a few other people. And he wanted to have his like liberal-owned like moment, right? But I was like, bro, this ain't it, man. So he confronted us, and he's just misguided. I don't think anything bad of this kid, but it was yeah, they had found us while we were leaving the event, and we had this conversation that I just sent you in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna share it now. Hold on, it's loading. Why is it going? Do you guys see it? Okay, here we go.
MAGA Christians confront Ethan and Erudite.
Is Superman and okay, so my answer to that is he can be legal or illegal. Why? It's a fictitious thing. The thing behind this is Superman isn't real. In a fictitious movie show, there is no country. There is country, but there is no borders. We don't talk about politics.
I think here's like a better question. What if a guy came from over here and was like pushed you, right? Like you would say like, hey, like screw that guy, right? But there's not a guy actually there. It's a fictitious hypothetical because there's not a person there. Oh, you can still like engage with it, right?
No, because no one's right there.
Right, you couldn't engage with that.
I couldn't engage with him, and he couldn't engage with me.
So like if you have a person here, right? He comes over and he pushes you.
Someone like Pastor here, or Pastor John.
I mean, well, the thing is the hypothetical is a made up hypothetical.
Well,
right?
then he can't come and do anything to me.
So then if this person's hypothetical came over and then pushed you, right?
He can't push me because he's hypothetical. He doesn't exist.
All right, so you cannot engage with hypotheticals. What you're telling me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's
All
why
right,
I'm
cool.
telling her that.
But Lake and Riley was not fictitious. He was actually murdered.
Do you want to talk about Kerr County? Because that was a lot of people. We're talking about real tragedies, and the Kerr County stuff is a huge tragedy. No, we were not dismissive at all. We acknowledge it's a tragedy.
No, that's a tragedy. But let's talk about Superman. Yeah. I mean, do you know?
Mr. Membrane, I said, that's a tragedy. That's a really bad thing. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And you said, sure, go ahead and ask me a question. And then I asked you a question. If you didn't want questions, that's fine.
That's a streamer. Her name is Not So Erudite.
Oh, erudite. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That's why she looks familiar. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Ethan, thank you so much for coming again. Let us know your closing thoughts and again, plug your socials.
Yeah, ultimately, I really like the format on this podcast. I like that we're able to not yell at each other, but it's also got people from different viewpoints, and we can just look at various events and things going on and just give what our takes are. And I think that's a really good format for something that's I'll say pretty like low key or not like high intensity. So I appreciate that. My handle is I'm officially Ethan. Support Unfuck America tour. We fight against Charlie Kirk, and if you want to hear things from liberals who are sane, then yeah, come by to our next event or come check out our channel at Unfuck America tour or I'm officially Ethan. Anything like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan. And yeah, you should have came a week ago. It was pretty fiery. We had the FBAs versus the Black immigrants. I don't know if you'd like that one, Ethan. It was fireworks last.
Yeah, I need to get more. I need to get more informed on it. Because again, like I might be an FBA, but I don't know if I would consider myself like black. But I don't know. I'd have to get more educated.
Yeah, get educated, bro. We don't want no $5 FDAs, man. You feel me? You get educated on it, bro. Just find out the lineage of your mom, bro. Just because you say your mom is black, so just find out more of her lineage and shit, and just go from there. You know?
Yeah.
All right. Well, our resident FBA Kamal, thank you for coming. What's your closing thoughts?
All right, shout out to the new party. Like I always do, I have the channel pin to the top of the chat. Y'all go check out the new party. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Also with Kamal Johnson Network, y'all go over there. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Hey, y'all in the chat, y'all's funny today. You know what I mean? SFG, you ugly motherfucker. I know you look like dog shit, but shout out to you, bruh. I appreciate you. And Bawana, the coconut warrior. I thought you was from Africa. You just say you from the Bahamas, so you the coconut warrior now, bruh. Shout out to you, bruh. Hey, you were saying some funny stuff too, man. I like when y'all come in the chat roasting and clowning and stuff with your ugly asses. And shout out to everybody else in the chat that be holding it down. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, interesting things that we talked about today. You feel me? Joy Reid, Bawana, you said something hilarious. You said something about lining her up, giving her a shape up. Who got the better shape up, her or Karen Bass? That's one question I did have for y'all, you know, in the chat. Second, Joy Reid, that Democratic shilling bullshit is over with. Y'all need to be truthful and start talking about policies that you can help us out with. All right. We tired of hearing that Trump is bad and got a bad toupee. All right. What else we talked about? Epstein list. You feel me? Does it exist? Does it not? I don't the hell know. You feel me? But it is entertaining. This is all entertainment. And is Max still here? Because Max said the most conspiracy shit I ever heard on this show. He said that Epstein is not dead. I was like, oh shit. Then we about to find Michael Jackson, bruh. For real. Watch. Tupac about to come out with a new album. I'm telling you, that was the craziest conspiracy shit I done ever heard on this damn show. You feel me? But yeah, I'm gonna close out with this. Shout out to my foundational Black Americans, my Black American people. Shout out to everybody on the panel. I learned a lot from y'all, and y'all be coming with some facts, and y'all be comical. And shout out to the chat though. Y'all be funny as hell too. And Buwana, the Coconut Warrior. Let me know that new stench that you have, that new deodorant, hyena piss. I don't know how you grab your hands on that, bro. But hey, man, we probably can make some money, bro. I got a lot of people that might be in tune with that shit, bro. Anyway.
Oh Lord. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna go to Mia since Enzo's laughing the least. Mia, what's your closing thoughts? Thank you for coming.
Thank you for everybody for coming and listening to us. Thank you, Ethan and Max. It was great having you on. Great discussions. I think first and foremost, the Epstein list exists. They need to release it. And I am actually pleased at how many people on the left and the right agree. We hardly ever come together and agree, but it is so great that we actually do agree on this. And we're all like, what is going on? Why are you guys hiding this? Because it is definitely being hidden from us for whatever reason. And I would just implore everybody to do their own research. I understand, you know, Trump is a polarizing topic, but please do feel free to go on the ACLU and familiarize yourselves with a lot of their lawsuits and whatnot that happened during the Obama administration, because it'll change your perspective on immigration, and you'll see some of the most insidious things happened during Obama's administration and not now. And that's it for me.
Fair enough. Enzo, what's your closing thoughts? Thank you for coming.
So, like I always say, this is a great episode. Kamal, bro, you just need your own show of just roasting the comments. See, like, dude, I need you on my fucking live, bro, because you would have a field day with the people on there. When it comes down to the Epstein situation, like everyone keeps saying, the list is real. Release it, release it, release it. I don't give a shit who it takes down, left, right, center, princes, elites, whatever. Show us the goddamn list so everyone just shuts the fuck up at this point. Joy Reid, your 15 minutes of fame ran way too long. Just let it die off. You were fired. No one wants to hear you anymore. Just end it. And shout out to Max and Ethan coming on the show tonight. Ethan, I don't support Unfuck America whatsoever, but I support you, my friend. Good thing what you're doing. That's really it.
Yeah, everybody go check out Enzo's live. He debates every night. Gray, what's your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts is that we didn't bring up Trump's benign vein condition, and people are saying that that's a distraction from the Epstein files. Also, that he denied to have a special counsel for the Epstein case. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know we didn't cover it. As far as Joy Reid, yeah, it's time for a new guard. Like, I feel like we need younger people talking about news and stuff like that anyway. As far as Turning Point, like, Nora, I'm sorry you had such a horrific time. I mean, like, for me, it was like
You were there too.
But like for me, I thought it was gonna be like Confederate flags and like I thought it was gonna be real like crazy. Like to me, it was kind of like a frat boy type of thing. I mean, like especially with what Charlie Kirk was saying. So I wasn't like it wasn't like too crazy to me. So I mean, but I see that people were affected, and I'm sorry that you were affected, but I think it's good that, you know, we're having these debates and we're having this type of communication. So even though the Unfuck America tour with Ethan, them being outside, I think at least they had some type of conversation. Maybe they'll reach common ground. So that's what we're all about on a new party. And thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Max. Like we always say on a new party, always vote.
It's like a Democrat to backtrack when you need them.
Aw.
Jesus Christ. Come on. What was Gray saying that day at the thing? Wasn't he saying
Well, did I say the exact same thing?
No, he didn't. He said, I've been proven right now. Kamal, did he not say that?
I'm gonna be unbiased in this thing right here. I'm I'm gonna just stay out of this one. I'm gonna be in the middle. You feel me? I'm gonna act like I don't know what y'all talking about. You feel me?
Fine, fair enough. Just like a Democrat, they
My
always
business.
backtracking, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, they always backtracking. I can't even do this. Oh, here we go. They always backtracking, man. Let me tell you, this is how these Democrats are, bro. They never stand on business. This is the problem. The do nothing Democrats. We seeing it. Y'all can go back and watch the stream. Gray said, "Oh, I'm proving right. You see, I'm proving right. This is what the conservatives are." But nevertheless, I'm going to end with a quote. Bad leaders care about who is right. Good leaders care about what is right. And Donald Trump always does what is right. I'm going to read you this tweet. Thank you to my brother Enzo for sending this. Based on the ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein, I have asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to court approval. This is scam perpetuated by the Democrats should end right now. And thank you, Donald Trump. You're going to do what's right so we can shut this down, so we can move on and get back to business. God bless. Good night. And like we always say on the new party, always vote.
Oh, shit.